Hey there. Welcome back to Weekly Tips and Tactics. I know that we have been talking a lot this month about assertiveness and active listening. But you know what? I think it is so important, especially when we're looking to make improvements. So what better time than to take a look at the assertiveness in our life or our ability to be active listeners at the beginning of a year so that we can actually expand our consciousness and really see how we are experiencing living, how we are experiencing our environment, and how our environment is receiving us. So the deal is this: good communication definitely requires a high level of self-awareness. So by understanding our personal style of communication, we're able to go even farther than we even thought imaginable when it comes to creating good and lasting impressions with others, but also, and most importantly, with ourselves. So becoming an active listener requires a few things. And of course, there's a list of some suggestions below, but to be an active listener, we have to have concentration. We have to have determination. So we truly have to be willing to pay attention. And in order to pay attention, that means our mind has to be clear. We have to be listening with the intention of hearing and understanding. So we want to make sure that we can show that we are listening. And how do we do that? One, I think people can tell when we're paying attention. Put your cell phone aside, leave it in your purse, whatever it is. Lean in if it helps you focus better. But show that you are listening, perhaps by effectively providing feedback or repeating what you've heard. And always defer judgment. Always defer judgment. Remember, if we're operating in the stance of a judge, we're not learning. We're not gaining input. We are only listening to insert our own will. So defer your judgment and always respond appropriately. If the person hasn't asked you for your input, if they didn't say, hey, can I run something by you? I'd really like your feedback. Then don't respond with feedback. Don't respond with a fix. Don't respond with, I don't know, a correction. Don't even respond with how you think or feel about it. Respond appropriately. What is it that you're actually doing? Are you having a conversation or were you invited to listen? Make sure that you understand. And then again, there are verbal signs of attentive and active listening, and I've listed them below. But just remember that you are in this to have an interaction with somebody. And so think about, how do you want to be received by others? How do you want to be heard? How do you want to be experienced? Lead with that example. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful. And if you missed anything else this week that we talked about this topic several times, mastering the drop. This week, we talked about this topic, and I know it was absolutely amazing. So I suggest going back and listening to Mastering the Drop from Wednesday, but also there would have been a live video, probably on Instagram, that happened on Tuesday. So anyway, go back through, listen to the whole conversation, read the posts about the topic this week. And by all means, feel free to leave a comment, send me a direct message. I'm always here to answer your questions. Talk soon.